So yesterday I went thrifting. When I saw this skirt, I had to have her, even though, yes, I did buy a project. Now, while it doesn't fit me as a skirt, I do have a little upcycling idea for it. I can't tell if it is vintage. Look at these mother of pearl striped buttons. There's no brand tag inside. I am pretty confident that this was handmade, especially because of the way that it's finished in some places as well. So this is what the skirt looks like if I just gave it a regular alteration. And while it's pretty cute, I think we have the opportunity to do something a little more interesting here. I've been eyeing these tube tops that have the buttons down the front, and I think this is kind of the perfect raw material to do it. So I hand washed this and let it air dry, and then I ironed it. So here's our game plan. I'm going to take the skirt and pop it on inside out, and then I'm going to pin all along the sides where my body is, and making sure to pin it at the top to keep it nice and tight. So here it is inside out, and I'm basically just gathering the fabric on each sides of my body and pinning where I want to take it in. And I'm just doing this all along both of the sides. And then I made sure to make sure that the top was really tight, so that way it wouldn't slide down later on. Then I took it over to my sewing table, and the first thing that I measured is how many centimeters I wanted to take it in from the top. So I then measured that on each side and marked it and pinned it. Next, I took my measuring tape and I just put it along the width of the skirt, and I marked in how many centimeters I needed to take it in on both sides. The pins were already there and they were pretty much the perfect guide, but this just kind of made things a lot more perfectly symmetrical. Then I took my chalk and just connected the dots in order to make a guide for where I was going to sew. The last thing that I made sure to do was kind of reinforce the whole thing with some pins, especially like where this flap is in the front and where the buttons were, because I didn't want it to move around while I was sewing. And then I just took it over to my machine. This part really couldn't be easier. I just basically sewed over my guide that I had made with the chalk, and yeah, that was pretty much the whole project. So this is how the top turned out, and I actually did this alteration in one afternoon and then wore it to dinner that night with my husband, and I love the way that it turned out. I kind of can't believe that it turned out this well. And it was really easy. I think it looks really cute. I paired it with this little bag that has the mother of pearl and these brown pointed shoes, and I wore it to dinner. If you want to see more, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!